If you're an English learner who is planning on taking a trip to London, then this video is for you, as we will be exposing you to 12 upper intermediate to advanced English phrases that natives are using in their everyday speech, whilst going through reviews of tourist attractions in London, giving you our honest opinion, allowing you to figure out if it's a crap tourist trap or a must-see or do. The choice is yours. But sit back, relax, because
you're watching
Real English
with
Real Teachers.
Real Teachers.
So, Charlie, the first one that I think we should talk about today is the Shard.
Okay, the Shard. So the Shard is a tall building. It's a skyscraper in London, and it's the tallest building, I think, in the UK, isn't it?
It's a ruddy, bloody big one. I don't know that, but you've seen documentaries about skyscrapers, apparently. So I believe you. You probably listened to a podcast about this, I can imagine.
No, it was actually a documentary that I saw with my own eyes.
Oh, you didn't see it with someone else's eyes?
No, I didn't borrow anybody's eyeballs. And it's shaped like a piece of glass poking out of the ground. A very big piece of glass. And they offer an experience, don't they?
They do, yeah. And the standard experience is you go up the Shard after queuing for a while, a good while. You go up and you look at an impressive view of a grey city, London.
So that's a sneak peek of Harry's view of this experience. But before we go any further, I'd like to say that this video has been sponsored by italki, a website for language learners to find their perfect online tutor. With over 5,000 tutors listed on the website, there's no doubt you're going to find one. You're going to find one that you like, aren't you? And you can have it anytime, anywhere, as long as you've got an internet connection. And you can even find some incredibly affordable community tutors that will allow you to keep your speaking practice up, to not lose what you've just learnt. And of course, Harry and I are on this platform. So if you wanted a one-to-one class with us over the other 1,719 other native English teachers listed, then be our guest. So check out our link in the description box below after this video that will enable you to get $10 worth of italki credits after your first lesson purchase. So we hope that benefits you, but let's get back to the video. So we're going to look at a couple of reviews now of the Shard. Some people have already been to this place, and then we'll give our own opinions whether we think this is a fair review or not. So what have we got, Harry?
The title of it is just expensive, okay? Expensive. And they've said, had tickets for the Shard, couldn't believe how long you had to queue. First queue outside for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then up the stairs to have to queue again for about another 20 to 30 minutes. Then again to be searched. All of this far too long. The view from the top was good as expected, but wouldn't do it again. I imagine it would be a better view as night falls.
Okay. What do you think of that review?
I think when I think back to the time when I went, it was a good few years ago. It's quite similar to the experience I had. I felt it was very underwhelming. I remember queuing a lot, getting up there, thinking, oh yeah, it's a nice view. Taking some photos and then thinking, yeah, but what's next? What else is there to do here? It was a grey day. I don't know. It was just underwhelming. That's all I can think to say.
Okay.
The champagne, another thing you can do is you can have a drink up there. I think they have a restaurant as well, which is incredibly overpriced. You can tell I didn't love it. And didn't fancy a champagne. It was all a bit too pricey for me, for what you're getting.
Okay. You didn't fancy a champagne because you were pissed off with there not being another thing after the view?
I didn't fancy champagne because it was overpriced. I thought this... What?
Oh, okay. So it was a separate price. So the price of going up wasn't including a drink.
No, I mean, you can get experiences where you get that. You get a glass of champagne with your experience. But I didn't pay for that. It was actually a present. Therefore I shouldn't be complaining about it.
And then you're still thinking, this isn't worth 70 quid.
Yeah, it's overpriced. So, yeah, that's what I thought of it. I just think if you're looking for a really good view of London, there are other places you can go and have a really good view for free. You don't have to go up the Shard. And actually, I think the amazing thing about the Shard is how it looks from the outside. Like, it looks like a giant piece of glass, hence the name, the Shard. So go outside and look at it. It's amazing. It's jaw-dropping.
Okay, so you think the view from down below looking up is much better, far superior than what it has to offer at the top of it?
Yeah, I think the best way to really appreciate the Shard is from the outside. If you're just looking to look over London and pay way too much for it, then yeah, I recommend going to the Shard. But if you want to actually take in what is the biggest skyscraper in the UK, apparently, go for that. Just look at it. Just look at the actual thing.
Just look at it. Okay, good advice. I kind of agree. I've been up there myself some years ago now, and I did feel that it was very grey. The whole city from above, it just looks like a grey mass of smaller buildings. It's not that architecturally interesting from above.
And you got a big grey river as well, which is just adds to the lack of colour in the city.
And I guess you're not likely to go on a sunny day, are you?
Well, no, that's the issue. I mean, we have a bad reputation for our weather here in the UK. It's not always true. It doesn't rain as much as people say. But yeah, it is really grey. So if you're lucky enough to get a sunny day, then maybe go up the Shard. If not, just take a stroll. Take a stroll around the city.
Yeah, just take a selfie of you with the Shard behind you, maybe.
Yeah, or a picture of you, like, look like cutting your finger on the top of the Shard.
Ah, brilliant, you know? Brilliant. Yeah, like the Eiffel Tower kind of ones, or Leaning Tower of Pisa. Although, I remember you telling me about a highlight you had at the top of the Shard. Can you share that with us?
Oh, okay. So, for me, the best experience of going to the Shard was not the spectacular view. It was actually going to the toilet, because in the Shard, or at the Shard, or on the Shard. What would you say? In the Shard. At the Shard. At the Shard.
At the top of the Shard.
At the top of the Shard. Thank you, Chaz. So at the top of the Shard, if you want to actually make something of that day and really have a good time, go to the toilet there and save a number 2. Go to the toilet, sit down, and enjoy a spectacular view whilst you poo. Honestly, that was the best experience I had, because the walls are just glass. It's a huge window which goes from the floor until the ceiling, and it's amazing. So you can sit there and do a poo and look out over London. That's a good experience.
Fantastic. Yeah, there you go. You should write a review yourself. So that was your extra thing. You were looking for what's next. What's next after this view? Toilet.
Just go to the toilet. Yeah. Enjoy. I hope you get something out of that. So I wouldn't go on it again. For me, it's a waste of money. But Charlie, I have got a couple of suggestions for other places to have a really good view of the city for free.
Okay, let's hear it. I actually have heard one positive is that you can join, if you go to the bathroom and you go with perhaps your partner or a romantic partner, you could join the Quarter Mile High Club.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah. Who were you with?
I was with my mum. I actually wasn't. I was actually with a girlfriend at the time.
Right.
Yeah, so we could have done that. Who did you go with?
I did go with Stacey. I went with her and her family, actually. Oh. So we all joined the Quarter Mile High Club together. The Benson's on tour. And we actually went to the Japanese restaurant, and that's got some really interesting toilets as well. It's got the kind of fancy flashes.
Fancy flashes? Oh, flusher. Oh, right. I thought you meant like a flasher who comes in and just flashes you while you're on the toilet.
Okay, what are the places that you recommend?
So just two really good recommendations. One place is called One Tree Hill, which isn't the set of the American drama, but just a really nice park where you have an amazing view of the cityscape, and you can go there for free. You can climb to the highest point and have a look over the city.
Nice.
Another really nice place is the Tate Modern. So you can go and check out the art. There's lots of exhibitions there which are free. You can look at some amazing modern art. And then you can go onto their terrace area and have a look at a panoramic view of the city.
Ah, okay. I was wondering where you were going with that, because I was thinking an art gallery, a skyscraper, not really the same thing in any way, shape or form. But okay, so the gardens at the back of it.
Yeah, it's actually called the Switch House at the Tate Modern. It's like a viewing area, like a viewpoint.
Yeah, we'll put the information in the description box below.
Yes, you will. Yeah.
So there we have it. Today's tourist attraction was the Shard. Do you side with Harry on this one? Or is a skyscraper worth going up in London? Here are the costs for this experience at the date of publishing this video. I do actually remember them being substantially higher the last time I went, so I guess they've already read Harry's mind. But we want to know what you think of it. Have you already been to it? Are you planning on going? And do you have any hidden gems that you want to tell your fellow tourists about to avoid this potential tourist trap? If you've enjoyed learning English in this real conversation whilst discovering places to visit in London, then give us a like to tell us to do more of these and to tell YouTube to spread this video far and wide. Bye for now. Arrivederci. Bis bald. Adios. Sain Jan. Or Bob Gesud Nida. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell to be notified of when our next video is out. Check out our website if you'd like to find out other ways to learn English with us, or you could watch another video of ours if you really want. Goodbye.